Today we're gonna see if we can out-eat Zach Choi, alright? This is Zach Choi's order from a previous video he did and he couldn't finish it. So today we're gonna see if us two together can finish what he couldn't finish. And by the way guys, while we're doing this mukbang and trying to beat Zach Choi, we're gonna be answering some of Reddit's deepest questions. I'm a deep guy, so it becomes a little more interesting. Alright, so let's get into it. First question.
This video was sponsored by Squarespace.
How do you think you're all gonna die?
Okay, that's pretty
Alright, I'm gonna eat.
I'm gonna eat too. First we have this chicken sandwich.
I wanted that one, bro.
Alright, so we got fried chicken, we got popcorn chicken, a chicken sandwich, and this macaroni thing.
Macaroni and cheese.
Wait, he couldn't finish this?
Macaroni and
Mostly
salad.
macaroni and cheese.
You couldn't finish all this?
Bro,
I mean, it's a
soft,
3v1. It's a
3v1, but Zach Choi's also a beast. So.
There's no gravy?
No gravy.
What's the question again?
How do you think you're all gonna die?
Realistically, at this rate, probably like a stroke or something from eating too much.
How do you think you're gonna die?
I'm gonna die peacefully.
You think you're gonna die
Old
peacefully?
age?
Yeah. I say I'm a pretty healthy guy. I probably won't have any like health condition stuff, so probably die old age.
No, Edward, you skydive, bro.
I skydive once. I'm not a skydiver.
Edward skydives. He's risky guy.
I think that's true. I think Edward might die on some sort of trip. I think Sheldon might die while driving.
Oh, he's a bad driver. He's a
I'm not a bad driver.
Yeah, you are, bro.
But actually, I almost died a month ago in LA from driving.
Yeah, see? He's a bad driver.
But that's because LA drivers are bad drivers, not me.
I think I'll die from having a large cock. There's a documentary on that. The guy had a 70-pound cock by injecting plastic into it, and then he died.
Wait, so your cock can actually have big then?
Huh?
So you're
Well,
passing to your call.
yeah.
Is this KFC's like famous chicken sandwich?
Yeah. Popeyes is much better.
It's not nearly as good as Popeyes.
Yeah.
Popeyes
Next
knocks
question.
out the water.
Next question. I want to see.
Yeah, I should get Popeyes. Next question.
Alright, next question. If every man suddenly disappeared in the world, what would happen?
Every man.
Every man.
To me as well. I wouldn't know what would happen then.
But what would you think would happen?
If every man in the world disappeared, there would be no reproduction, there would be no babies.
No babies.
No babies at all. And the world would be...
Yo, I'm telling you, vibrators would sell it real quick.
Wow,
Real quick, bro.
that's very good.
I think
It would be a lot more peaceful. I think there's gonna be a lot more
it
peace
wouldn't
in this
matter
world.
because within 50, like max 80 years or so, there's gonna be no more humans.
True.
It doesn't matter. Like,
True.
No one's gonna exist anymore.
Oh!
There's sperm banks!
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot about that!
Yeah, they're
Yo,
doing
they
continuing
can
to
still
put out babies.
reproduce.
Yeah.
They can still reproduce.
Yeah.
Yo, I have to go to the sperm bank real quick then.
Huh?
Dude, this is a hypothetical
Edward
question.
Jr.?
No, I could do the world a favor by going to the sperm bank.
Alright, next question.
Alright, next question is, which fictional character do you hold for making your life better?
Oh, that's a good one.
easy peasy. Same as Zion's Naruto.
Who's Zion?
Zion Williamson. It's just like, Naruto's a very inspiring character, bro.
In
He's
what
like,
way- in what way would you
works
describe it?
hard, he never gives up.
So when you work, you're like this man.
No, I'm just like, yo, like, you can't give up on your dreams. What's yours? SpongeBob?
I know, it's pretty freaking cool.
SpongeBob is cool.
Come on, SpongeBob is cool, man.
No, but there's no redeeming character, like, qualities of SpongeBob. Like,
Whoa,
what?
whoa,
Are you dumb?
SpongeBob is positive
Dude,
all the time, bro.
SpongeBob exhibits happy, positive, no matter what, bro.
Okay, who's yours? Who's yours?
My two. Batman,
What?
James Bond. First of all, Batman is cartoon.
Does it count?
It counts.
Actually, yeah, Batman's a comic character.
Yeah, and James Bond is a book character in a fiction book.
You have to choose one.
James Bond because he is more of a Renaissance man. He's a guy who can like do a bit of everything, and I always aspire to be like a guy who could always like do a bit of everything.
Well, he died, so. I would choose. That would be the thing. I would choose Arthur.
You mean the aardvark?
Yeah, Arthur the Aardvark. Arthur is a very intelligent character.
Tell me what do you mean about Arthur?
Having fun isn't hard when you have a library card
Nah,
of TVO kids.
that's not true.
Like, I have never,
Bro,
Yo, I've
never seen you once walk into a library.
No
Who
one
walks
cares.
into a library anymore now?
Like, no one cares about artworks.
See, this is the problem with people. The thing, Arthur is a very open-minded character. He doesn't diss when somebody else has a different opinion than him, and it seems like you guys can take a lesson from Arthur the
Wait
Aardvark.
2 minutes, Mike's disc is coming up.
All right, next question.
Alright, next question. Realistically, what is stopping us from world peace?
Yo, what are these like fucking history questions, yo? What is stopping us?
And then go, let me tell you the truth, I don't think world peace can be had.
think
It
so too.
can't be had because there will always be conflict between people, and there will always be people with different perspectives.
Yeah.
You cannot have the world think like in one way. The world right now is probably as one of the most peaceful times in all of history. But you can't achieve total peace.
What's one thing that's stopping us from world peace is us.
Yeah.
If you kill off all humans, maybe we have world peace.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. World peace can be achieved with the New World Order.
What's a new world order?
One dictator for the whole world, having everyone under constant fear of a
That's
of
not
a
world
threat.
peace, but there's gonna be rebellions.
Never mind, no world peace.
Human nature is just not that peaceful.
Yo, we're actually killing it.
You guys are actually just really good.
Alright, we're doing the sandwiches, we're moving on to the chicken.
Yo, the problem is KFC chicken is a fucking Sahara Desert. What the hell is this?
Yeah,
Look
yo,
at this.
KFC chicken is not it, bro.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Comment below,
Bruh.
Popeyes or KFC? or Jollibee. Alright, next question. Definitely not KFC.
You wake up in your 16-year-old body in the year you were that age.
Smash.
Touch my.
What? I don't even done the question.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'll repeat the question. You wake up in your 16-year-old body in the year you were that age. You have all your current memories and abilities. What do you do with your life?
Yo, I'm buying Bitcoin.
Oh shit. Wait.
Oh, facts.
Wait, you're in your 16-year-old body, so you're back in time, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Facts.
exactly. I'm going to get rich as hell.
I'm buying Bitcoin and then selling in 2021.
Aside from that, what else do I do? I'll probably start a YouTube channel.
I would get ultra popular in my school.
So
Wait,
shallow.
why?
Come on, shallow.
Okay, let me ask you
shallow
something.
guy.
Because when you're in high school, you know, like you're very much in your own world. You don't really know, social dynamics and humans and stuff. Do you think if you went back today, you could become the most popular kid in school?
Why would you want to be the most popular kid in the first
I know
place?
because
what?
high school is a place where social hierarchy matters.
So shallow.
Wait. What would you take from your existing knowledge to make yourself popular in high school?
First off, I'm very smart now.
Okay.
Right? So I can help all the cool kids with their homework. All right?
All
right, but then at the same time, I'm also very cool because now I know how to party. You know what I mean?
You know what that's called in high school?
What?
A tool.
No, I'm gonna go to the...
You would do jobs, homeworks. You would, and then you would host parties and you get a house trashed.
Wait. I think you guys might hold me back from popularity. Eddie, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Okay.
You've been lacking in the cool department in high school. Insert
Ed.
Edward's high school picture.
Say that, was that not cool?
No, he's
He had mushroom hair, bro.
Actually, no, I didn't know in high school.
Yeah, high school you didn't really have much from there.
Let me ask you this question, okay? If I was back 16 years old, my sole purpose would be to help Sheldon get cooler in high school. So he doesn't have to live with regret.
Nice guy.
So he doesn't have to live with regret his entire life, all the way until he's 26 years old.
Next question.
Okay, next question. What improved your life so much that you wish you did sooner?
That's a pretty good
That's
question.
a really good question.
Okay.
I'm honest right now.
Okay.
Learning Chinese.
Oh.
That was actually deep, bro.
I did read deep.
The reason why is because I grew up very self-hating Asian, and when I learned Chinese and stuff, it made me accept myself. You know what I mean?
That's good.
It made you fat?
No. No.
You said excite myself.
No. Accept.
Oh, you got a little boner.
Huh?
Learning to focus on doing things that I like instead of what I should do is that moment.
That's cool.
Anyway,
For me, it's probably investing. Like, I think when I was in high school, I focused so much on like materialistic items. I paid $80 for my first paycheck for a long sleeve T-shirt. So I think like being
honestly,
better.
not that expensive nowadays.
I know, but being better, like I could have bought something. I could have put it in investments or just learned financial literacy with that. So
Oh my god, yeah.
There's only one macaroni?
That's
Only got one macaroni?
bro. You eat so little.
next question.
Yeah.
Ready? Next question.
Yeah.
What were the dumbest lies you believed when you were a kid?
Oh, Santa Claus, bro.
Oh, I got the best one. To look good, you must be tall.
The dumbest lies I believed when I was younger was something like similar to yours.
Yeah,
And coming before roast was saying, "Oh my God, Mike, you're trying to say you look ugly, right?" Haha. Okay, I'm coming before that roast.
You know what else doesn't matter? Money also doesn't matter.
Money also does not matter.
That was deep.
Money
Those
is
two
just
things-
to provide your own comfort for a certain level, but it's not something that like get girls you need.
The focus should honestly be comfortable in your own skin. Just like look at Stephen Hawking, yo. This guy probably like he still begged his wife. He's in a wheelchair, unable to talk.
Wait, is he alive?
Is he married?
Absolutely.
Well, he used to beg his wife.
Alright, next question.
Yeah.
Alright, next question. You can have $1 billion, but you can never get drunk or high again. Are you interested? Why or why not?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah.
Don't question
Easy,
this,
bro.
That's like the stupidest question.
That's
It's like you avoid harmful things for your body and you get $1 billion.
No,
Yeah, I
I
would
swear,
do.
some of you love drinking.
I love drinking, but not as much as $1 billion.
Yeah, I love drinking.
Like
Come on.
honestly, if you were to offer me 10 grand, I might even say yes.
No,
No,
you
you
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
That high?
No, drunk?
How about this?
No
What
alcohol.
happens if you can't drink alcohol?
I don't care about alcohol, bro.
Wait, with 10 grand? Come on, bro.
10 grand?
10
is not
grand,
enough.
you would
No.
stop.
10 grand might not be enough because you need like celebratory moments.
Yeah.
Like you know when you like, get married or whatever, like, you have a champagne over. But if it was get drunk, for sure 10 grand.
Yo, that's why I'm very like I'm not trying to dick suck anyone right now, but
Suck my
I
dick?
am going to. No, not yours. Nothing there's. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're
say
trying to
like
suck
what's
Simu's
very
dick, bro.
impressive is about Simu. Yeah, like we've gone out with him a couple
Yeah.
times,
He
and
doesn't
every time, no matter where we go, he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Maybe he just gets high.
For $1 billion, that's the easiest question ever. I take $1 billion. Facts.
Alright, next question. What
But
was,
if you guys enjoy drinking, check out our drinking game best behavior.
what was your biggest teenage mistake?
Holy shit.
Oh, I know what it was. Discovery of WebMD.
Oh,
Discovery of WebMD, bro. When I was 15, I went to the doctor every single week because healthcare's free in Canada. So I would have a cough, go MD, and then I would think I had some kind of like crazy disease. And I go to the doctor every single week. Like I remember I got a colonoscopy at 15.
Wait, is this where your fetish started?
I remember, okay, wait, I'm gonna tell a story from this as well because it's very interesting. I went to a party with Sheldon when we were 16 years old, and then he kissed a girl at this party. And then some other dude went up to him and be like, yo, bro, you know she sucked some guy's dick in the outback, just like, right? Sheldon followed her around the whole party, like this. Is it true that you sucked somebody's dick in the outback? I was so nervous. Like, she was standing here and Sheldon would be like this. Right?
The doctor, next time with the doctor, I want every single STD check on the list.
And the doctor was like, are you a virgin? You're like, yes.
One mistake, like when I was younger, I think putting overemphasis on sex. Oh, wait, no, I have a better one. I have a better one than that when I was teenage, which is a mistake I made is I should have rolled my foreskin back earlier. that mistake I honestly, like, if you're talking about mistakes, bro, I didn't roll that shit back until I was in grade like 12, first year. Like I was way too tight.
I think what
very big
happens,
concern.
what happens with that is that, like, especially if you're masturbating, right? When you come, then a bit of the semen gets stuck underneath your foreskin.
It does.
And then it builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up, and then it becomes like a Spider-Man titanium.
That's why everyone had a massive cock, but it was all the build-up coming. That was actually.
Mine is definitely put on overemphasis on losing my virginity.
Yeah.
Yeah, major overemphasis. And then high school was like, what is the average age someone loses their virginity? 18, 19? And Sheldon and I, there was one time where Sheldon and I got so desperate, like, should we call a hooker? Like, we're literally 18, right? We're like, wow, these guys are so cool, right?
I remember Edward and I went to a strip club for the first time when we were 18 in Montreal.
Yeah,
and then it was like you walk out with your chest open like this, and you're like this. Oh, I'm 18 now, man. Okay, the girls weren't even that hot, and then you actually got to dance after.
That must be so uncomfortable for like a girl who's like 20, 26.
They're
And
18-year-old.
18-year-old.
Yeah.
That's so. Oh my god, just never thought of her perspective.
And
That's so uncomfortable.
and then wait, what do you think is worse though? That or a 70-year-old man?
No, definitely the younger guy.
Yeah, the 70-year-old man's kind of hot. But all right, next.
Alright, that's actually the last question.
Okay. Wait, are you sure Zach Choi had this many pieces of fried chicken?
He had 3, but there's 3 of you guys, so.
I don't know if we could beat Zach Choi, to be honest.
Okay, yo, we can beat Zach Choi. Mike, that's yours. And then I'll take 2 small ones.
What the fuck, bro?
I'm eating 2 small ones.
Dude, this looks like a fucking bird. This looks like a whole bird, bro. I don't want a bird. You're eating me a
I'll
bird.
take this one. Okay,
Can we just be normal human beings and just eat an adequate amount of food?
so we're gonna lose Zach Choi.
Yo, Zach Choi, man,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
the man, bro.
3v1, bro. Come on, you can't 3v1 with Zach Choi.
Oh, you guys are
Yeah,
fucking
you get-
crazy,
You get the
dog.
bird. You get the bird.
Okay, yo, I really don't like this mac and cheese. Yo, KFC, your mac and cheese is not on point. But if you guys want to sponsor us, then
It's yummy.
yeah, it's delicious, yo. Best thing ever.
Alright,
Alright, do you guys want the last question?
Yeah.
I'll go to last question.
Last question. What invention would you want to see in your lifetime?
Oh,
You know what I want to see, to be honest? Something that makes making your own website a lot easier.
You know what? That
Wait.
already exists right now, though.
What is it?
Squarespace.
Okay, just in case, right?
Listen guys, I've been eating so much food, so I have an excuse for not making my website until now. But if you have also been putting off making your own website, now is your time. Squarespace is completely free to try, easy to use, and it'll help you accomplish all of your goals that you've been putting off.
For example, let's say you want to set up your own online store for your next great idea. Pick a template, add some graphics, and you can start selling your products immediately. What about starting your own YouTube channel and you want to get some additional web presence to boost your growth? Sure, just set up a website where you can seamlessly link all of your different content across your different content pages for maximum exposure. And once that's done, you might want to build some community engagement. So now you can make your own blog page where you can build and interact with that community of loyal supporters.
That's just a few examples, but there's millions of other ways Squarespace can help you accomplish your goals. The best part is that you can do all that without spending a single penny because Squarespace is absolutely free. Well, the first 2 weeks are at least, so you can try it out and see if you like it. If you don't like it, you can cancel, no questions asked, and you won't get charged. So go make that dream come true and check out Squarespace with the link in the description box below. And with our link, you also get 10% off your subscription if you choose to continue to use it after your trial ends. So check it out, make your own website, and make that dream into a reality. All right, now let's go back to see if we can beat Zach Choi.
Let's make this a little more interesting and say an invention that you think is already on the way of being made.
Okay.
Like don't say like oh, flying cars. Like okay, yeah, cool, bro. What I want to see, which I thought was really cool, is I want to see an alternate reality that is almost identical to ours, like the metaverse. So what they're doing on Facebook now, which is really cool, is they're trying to mimic eye contact through virtual reality. But what I want to see is I want to see a reality where you put something on and it is like almost indistinguishable from what we live today.
person don't want to see that. Want to see that, Sheldon? I'm done, bro. No.
Why would you not say that? Isn't that cool?
You're telling me that it's cool if I go to a VR like room and then I do that for like 30 minutes. But if I'm living like that, I feel like that's kind of sad. So I think I'm living through my helmet the whole time.
Yeah, let me put it
Fuck
this
is that,
way.
bro?
Let's say that you have kids working in developed countries at sweatshops, right?
Okay.
And they put on this helmet, and all of a sudden they're like making food and doing other exciting activities.
So basically,
That
it's
takes them out of the environment. Would you
It's
think that's
tricky,
ethical?
though. I mean, it depends.
Would that be better?
No, it depends. You really think that kids in a sweatshop are gonna put on this multi-$1,000 helmet thing in the middle of like some like poor impoverished country? If they're in a sweatshop, you think they got the money to buy a $1 million headset? That's dumb. You might as well just not make a sweatshop. Yeah, you might as well take that money.
I think
and
it
take
could
out a
solve
sweatshop.
a lot of problems in our world, but of course these two don't believe it.
What
What would you do?
Actually, one thing that actually is happening, and I want to see more of it, is actually clean nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is already clean, but like it has like a waste product, right, which has to be buried away and like treated, like locked away forever. So it's like, how can we take that waste product and then recycle that back? Basically, yo, you know that if that's the case, the whole world can run by just nuclear energy.
Yeah. There's also the problem with that. Nobody wants to live within anywhere close to a nuclear energy plant.
But that's what I'm saying. If the solution is to solve that part, and then you're good.
Guys, let me drop my bomb on you guys, alright?
Okay, yo, bro.
nuclear
good
bomb?
bomb.
Cockroach farms.
You want to see cockroach?
He wants people to eat bugs.
No. I have gotten very into cockroach recycling, which is very popular in China.
Is this already, right?
Wait, what is it?
Basically, cockroaches right now in China are being used so that there's like farms and basically all food waste are basically a bunch of waste because they can convert anything, right?
So you tell me that I can convert this cockroach poop into diamonds?
No, they can convert the cockroach poop into feed for pigs, for example.
It's already happening.
Wait,
man.
but why
No,
can
it's
you
already
just
happening.
give this food to pigs?
No, because they can't. A lot of times pigs can't eat pig. You can't eat
Okay,
certain
so
food.
you want to give them shit instead? What the fuck, bro? That's so horrible, man. It's with animal rights. What's PETA? PETA. And then what eats cockroach?
A lot of things we can eat cockroach.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? So you not only want to create cockroach farm to solve waste, but also you want humanity to start eating cockroach.
Okay, fine. You know what?
Wait, which one do you think is the best answer?
Which one is the best answer?
Yeah.
I think white.
Ha!
It's not alive, bro. I think it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, right?
I mean,
Pretty
I
cool.
wouldn't use it in a sweatshop. That's pretty stupid. But it went.
You guys don't appreciate the future of clean energy.
Or cockroach recycling.
No, I don't want Chernobyl to happen again, bro.
All right, Zach Choi. I gotta say this.
Yo, you're legendary, bro.
You are one impressive man.
Click here to watch us test Mukbanger's most famous recipes and click here to watch a video that YouTube thinks you'll love.